I lose, winner takes my car clean and clear. But if I win, I take the cash and I take the respect. To some people, that's more important.
Tonight, we're dimming the lights, pouring a cup of black coffee, and diving deep into the shadowy history of some truly iconic automobiles. Forget the drivers. Tonight, the cars are talking. We're exploring the world of classic noir, where the vehicles themselves were silent witnesses, carrying secrets, tracking down dames, and outrunning trouble. These aren't just machines. They're rolling confessions. We've got 5 minutes to sit shotgun with 3 legends. Each one saw things the driver never told the police. They have high retention rates because they never forget a scratch, a bullet hole, or a midnight rendezvous. So grab your fedora, check your rearview mirror, and let's roll into the past. Our first witness is the 1941 Cadillac Series 62 convertible coupe. Smooth, imposing, and utterly unforgettable. It's the kind of car that says, "I know a guy who knows a guy," without needing to open its mouth. But listen, see, I'm the 41 Series 62. They called me the Whale. Not because I was clumsy, but because I swallowed secrets whole and never spit them out. My usual gig? Hauling around a private investigator named Max. A good guy, mostly, but prone to trusting the wrong blonde. This was back in '47, the rainiest October on record. Max got hired to track a stolen diamond, the silver stiletto. I remember the smell of cheap tobacco and expensive perfume clinging to my leather seats. We spent weeks staking out joints. Max would sit in the back, silent, polishing his revolver, while I just idled, feeling the street pulsing beneath my tires. The key to successful noir? Patience. The night it went down, we were parked across from the Blue Parrot Club. Max was inside, setting a trap. I saw her, the dame. She wasn't just wearing trouble. She invented it. She slipped out the back alley, carrying a small velvet bag. I barely heard Max's whisper, "Follow that car," before I roared to life. My engine was a low growl then, a promise of doom. We chased her down the docks. That woman could drive a Packard like she stole it, which she probably did. But nobody outruns a Cadillac in the fog. We finally cornered her near Pier 7. Max recovered the diamond, but not before she gave him a story that was harder to believe than a clean politician. I held the whole story in my steel frame, the silent witness to Max's broken heart and a solved case. Some nights, I still feel the weight of that silver stiletto. Now let's contrast that luxury with pure, unadulterated grit. This is the 1949 Ford Custom Tudor sedan. Reliable, tough, and the kind of car that blends into the background until it needs to scream. Everyone remembers the Cadillac, but I'm the car that actually did the work. I didn't ferry detectives. I ferried guys who were running from them. I was built for speed, not comfort. Every inch of my body tells a story of scraped paint and sudden stops. They called me the Iron Pig. I was the getaway car for the legendary Frank, the Ghost Rizzo. Frank was no hero. He was a small-time operator who accidentally crossed a big-time syndicate. Our big night? The bank job that went south. I remember the panic. The siren wail started before they even reached me. Frank and his partner piled in, their faces pale, the air heavy with dynamite residue. Frank just yelled, "Drive," like I had a choice. I hugged those corners so tight, I felt the tires groan. We were weaving through downtown traffic, the police cruisers closing in like wolves. Frank kept shooting out the rear window. I felt the impact of those police bullets on my trunk lid. They left scars I still carry proudly. I took every pothole, every unexpected turn. I was the escape route, the lifeline. Finally, we hit the outskirts, taking the dirt roads where the big Chevys couldn't keep up. Frank ditched me near a railway line and disappeared into the night. I sat there, abandoned, covered in dust, bullet holes, and the faint smell of desperation. The police found me later, but I kept Frank's secret. My oil pan knows more about that escape than any court transcript. I'm just a Ford, sure, but I saved a life that night. That's worth more than any shine. Our final stop is sleek, powerful, and mysterious. The 1950 Chrysler Saratoga Club Coupe. This car suggests power, but refined power, the kind used by people who don't like getting their hands dirty. I am the Saratoga. They gave me the big firepower Hemi engine. I wasn't subtle, but I was devastatingly fast. My owner was a woman named Vivian. Not a detective, not a crook, but the kind of woman who attracted both like moths to a flame. Vivian was always impeccably dressed, and so was I. My case was simpler, but deeper than jewels or heists. It was about loyalty. Vivian was running from her past, a wealthy husband, a secret identity. You know the routine. I drove her everywhere. Secluded mansions, smoky jazz clubs, dusty roadside diners. She never spoke much in the car, just listened to the radio, always scanning the side mirrors. One Tuesday night, everything changed. We were at a remote cabin outside the city limits. I was parked beneath a giant oak, the stars completely invisible. I heard voices, raised voices, and then a horrible silence. I drove for 12 hours straight, pushing my Hemi harder than I ever had. We crossed state lines by morning. Vivian never opened that suitcase in front of me, and she never mentioned what happened at the cabin. But sometimes, when I sit idle in the dark, I swear I can still feel the tremor of her fear in my chassis. I don't know who she killed or why she ran, but I carried her to freedom. A car's job isn't to judge. It's just to move the load. 3 cars, 3 eras, 3 silent witnesses to the seedy underbelly of the American dream. These machines weren't just transport. They were confidants, accomplices, and the ultimate narrators of the noir landscape. The streets go quiet until the next ignition.
Ask any racer, any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. What are you smiling about?
Dude, I almost had you.